I'm that same kid that, you know, went to the national championship and lost, and went back and, you know, got benched and had to transfer and had to go through this just unprecedented journey. And that kid always kept the main thing, and always was true to his vision and what he saw.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy 30. We back with another video. We do this shit every single day, even after our losses. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, smash the like button as always, man. I appreciate all y'all. Let's jump right into it, man. Terrible night yesterday. I did not, you know, it's one thing we sports bet. You know, we know sometimes with sports betting, things happen. But if somebody would have told me yesterday that they had a ticket that said the Eagles -10, winning by 10 points, Saquon under 125 yards, and I would have thought they were insane. I could not believe what I saw watching the Super Bowl. But you know what? I knew going into it that the Eagles had the better team. They had the better defense, and I still went against it. I got so caught up in the history-making legacy. You know, so I let my emotions get the best of me. But even said all that, I did not expect Patrick Mahomes, you throw 2 picks. I know you throw one every Super Bowl, but I just thought this was the game that you knew you couldn't, you know what I'm saying, you couldn't slip up. He threw 2 picks, almost 3. It just was bad, man. Really, Saquon was contained. Like, everybody talked about the Eagles was run over Kansas City defense, but Saquon was contained. I mean, he still had a great season, but as far as the game, he had an okay game. But just the turnover was giving Jalen Hurts a short field, and the tush push, it just was a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? It just was just a bad. And honestly, man, I didn't felt like yesterday I was mad that I lost, but I didn't felt worser after losses, if that makes sense. Yesterday I was just like, man, they just didn't show up. And like, you know, if I'm gonna lose a bet from Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs not showing up, I think that's 1 in a million. I feel like if they played 10 times, the Eagles wouldn't beat them like that. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We took some losses, but we're going to bounce back today, man. Back on the NBA. It's funny because normally on Sunday, we kill them. And then normally the NBA be cheating us throughout the week. So we got to flip it this script. We had a bad Sunday. We got to bounce back with the NBA. I got 4 NBA bets and 1 college basketball bet. Man, I want a full sweep. I think a full sweep is just what the doctor ordered. If we can get a full sweep after yesterday, I really feel good. So 4 NBA bets, 2 props, and I got a college bet I think everybody going to like. So let's get into the picks, man. All right, y'all. First bet of the day, we're going to knock out this 1 college basketball pick. We got Bethune-Cookman at Texas Southern, right? So I think Texas Southern is like 3-point favorites. I want to take the money line. I just don't think Bethune defense, they don't play enough defense to me from watching them. They don't really guard the 3-ball well. So I'm going to take, I was going to take Texas Southern money line. You can still take a money line. I think they win the game outright, straight up, head up. But I'd rather feel comfortable taking Texas Southern over total points over 70.5. They got their total points at like 70. I think they're going to score like 75, 76. So I think this is actually a great spot. So I'm taking Bethune-Cookman versus Texas Southern. And Texas Southern is home. We're going to take Texas Southern over 70.5 team total points. Even though I think they win the game as well. So because remember we did this, I think last week with Miami, Ohio. We had them over 69, and I knew they were going to win the game. They ended up winning, but we had them over. They ended up sitting on 69.5. No, 69. So that 0.5 kind of lost us. But I like this formula I'm working with. Even when I don't put in these bets, I kind of track them in my head about certain. You know, whenever you place bets for the day, you still got other bets that you thought about placing, and you kind of keep a mental note of how they did and track them. So, but I like this formula with doing this. Teams that I think going to win in college basketball, I take them on the over. And, you know, it's always something crazy happening with college basketball. So it didn't work out with Miami, Ohio, but I think going forward in the future for the long run, it's going to help us weed out all the fluke shit in college basketball. So we got Texas Southern over 70.5 team total points against Bethune-Cookman. That's the college basketball bet. Let's get into the NBA bets. All right, y'all. First 2 NBA bets. We got 2 bets in the same game. So Celtics and Heat, right? We know Jimmy's gone, and they knew he was going to go. And it was real evident he didn't want to be in Miami. We knew that months ago. But for him to actually be gone is a totally different story. And he looks better in Golden State after 1 game. I know it don't mean a lot, but he looks better. The mental frame of the Miami Heat right now is so unknown. They're so up and down. And we know Boston, as great as they are, they can be up and down at times as well. But in this game right now, I'm taking Boston -4.5. Hear me out. I'm taking Celtics -4.5. So if you're going to parlay something with something, just take a money line. I think Celtics win this game outright, no problem. I think they win this game by 10 points or more. Celtics -4.5. And I'm also going to take Both of these are separate, but if you want to parlay them, take Celtics money line. But I'm also going to take Celtics -4.5. But then on another bet, I'm going to take Celtics team total over 112.5, meaning to score 113. I just don't see Miami being defensively in tune in this game. They are home, but I think Boston is starting to gear up into like playoff form. And they always have shaky stuff, man. And so when they lost that last game against Dallas, I did not account for how important. I mean, I know Drew Holiday is good, but I did not account for how important Drew Holiday was. But you got to remember, a lot of things happened in that game. Like Kyrie didn't go crazy, but Max Christie had a great game. Klay Thompson had a great game, and they still won like by 7. So we know how up and down Klay Thompson is, and you cannot. I love Max Christie, young great player, but you cannot count on Christie to give you 23, 24 points every night, or even back-to-back nights. That's just straight facts. So I think this is a spot where we might have overreacted. After my emotions, after the next day, I calmed down, overreacted about the Celtics. We're not going to ban them for that loss, even though it was unacceptable. You don't lose to the Mavs without 3 starters. But yeah, it was unacceptable. But hey, we're going to bounce back. Now, if they lose tonight, if they don't win by more than 5 tonight, they ban. I don't give a damn. Heat, Celtics, rivalry, whatever you want to call it, they better cover. So Celtics -4.5, and then Celtics team total points over 112.5. Just score 113 and win by 5. Should be easy, should have no problem. But as you know, in sports betting, somebody going to mess it up. But I feel confident about this pick. Let's get into the next one. All right, first prop of the day. Lakers and Jazz, right? So we know Luka's coming back tonight. LeBron's playing, everybody's playing. Reaves had 45 points last game. He had a great game. LeBron didn't play. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how is this going to work with all of them. They got LeBron James and Luka lined for points, rebounds, and assists, both at 41.5. They're both not going to get 41.5. I think that Bron is just happy that Luka's back because unlike AD, he doesn't have to tell Luka to kill. Luka's going to come out and kill no matter what, no matter who's on the court with him. That being said, I'm trying to figure out, he had a great game last game, but I'm trying to figure out where does Austin Reaves find his spot on the court and stuff. So I want to take Austin Reaves under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists because before Luka was there, Austin Reaves was really a true point guard alongside D'Lo. He would bring the ball up and orchestrate stuff and get it going. But now with Luka there, I have no doubt that he's going to take a back seat. And I'm not saying he's just going to resort back to a catch and shoot 3-point shooter, but he's not going to have the usage rate. His usage rate is going to be completely low. So I think these next couple games, they got his points, rebounds, and assists lined up at 27.5, but I think they're going to drop it down to like 24 after a couple games with Luka and they get acclimated to see how the games play out. I just think Luka and LeBron is going to be a Luka-LeBron show. Reed's going to catch and shoot, and he's going to play great. We know that, but he doesn't have to carry the load anymore. Like last game, it was just him on the court. Bron didn't play. Luka didn't play. But with all of them on the court, I don't see how Austin Reaves goes past this line, even with it being a blowout potential against the Jazz, who played terrible on the road. So I'm taking Austin Reaves under 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And, man, I just think that, and great as he is, I just don't think this is a spot for him with Luka and LeBron. I think this line is maybe like 3 or 4 points too high, which, as you know, in sports betting, 0.5 can kill us. So 3 or 4 points in the wrong way. I feel like this is a great spot for Austin Reaves. So that's the first prop. Let's get into the next one. All right, next prop and last pick of the day. We got Paolo Banchero over 30.5 points and rebounds. We got Hawks versus Magic, right? So this is my thinking. We know the Magic play fast. It's going to be a lot of possessions out there. But I think Paolo's starting to get back into, he been hurt, so I don't want to say regular season form because he was hurt at first, but playing form, NBA shape. Let me say that. He's been getting into NBA shape. I've been watching him, and I think this is a great spot for him against an offensive Atlanta team that doesn't play any defense, to be honest with you. They just pride themselves on outscoring you. If the Hawks can outscore you, that's how they win. But if they can't outscore you, they can't do nothing. So I don't care about who's winning the game. I don't care about who's losing the game. I just need to go down and be a hard game. I'm taking Paolo Banchero over 30.5 points and rebounds. Atlanta, and I always say this, Atlanta plays so fast that if, for example, if the Magic get 95 possessions per game, against the Hawks, they'll get 110. That's straight facts. You're looking at 10 or 15 or even 20 more possessions, especially with how quick they shoot the three and get back and forth with transition. So he's going to get plenty of opportunities to go over this line. I expect him to have a big night. So I'm looking at go get me 27, 28, and get me 4 rebounds, and let's go home. And you can do that with no problem, Paolo. He really should have 28 and 7, 28 and 8, maybe 28 and 10, because he plays hard. Paolo going to play hard no matter what, whether they down, whether they up. So I like Paolo Banchero over 30.5 points and rebounds against the Hawks. Man, let me know what y'all think about these picks, man. I honestly, man, every day I always say, sports betting, somebody could sell us. But after looking at everything, y'all tell me who gonna sell us today. I feel like I don't see a situation where none of these bets lose. You know, coming off a loss from yesterday, I shook it off. I slept on it. I woke up. I feel good. Had a bowl of Captain Crunch. We locked and loaded, man. We ready. We don't trip out to having a losing day. We're going to bounce back. I did lose yesterday, and I'm pissed about it. But we're going to bounce back. You got to get back on that horse, man. So let me know in the comments what y'all best picks is for the day. Let me know what y'all think about my picks, man. And I know you guys subscribe. If you subscribe to me, man, make sure you hit that bell too so when I post, y'all get a notification. Because a lot of people message me like, damn, they bumped the line. So I try to get this video up before like 11 or 12 before they even bump the line. But I appreciate all the support, man. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. 30 out.